Caitlin, you are going to start the show off camera, too. Bottle, please. Oh, I got to copy the link out now. Oh, great. There's more work for me to do. The hardest working guy. Gunner, get out. Gunner, bust out of there. Gunner! Are you crazy? No. Would that kill some buzz? Would that kill some buzz? If we had the DI box, that would kill the buzz? Just so, okay. I'll just. And we got a link. It shouldn't be too loud. Talking for Zach. Specifically for Zach. Only for Zach. Now. Oh, talk, sorry. Talk. I'm talking. This just normal talking. Just talking normal. Everyone's doing great work. So happy everyone came. This is so fun. Guys, this is making my dreams come true. And I'm so happy. Now, I just tweeted out the link. And if anyone was so inclined, minus Claire, for obvious reasons, maybe retweet my tweet or like it so it pushes it up in the algorithm. Yeah. That's your job in the show. I'm in character, Bryant. You walked onto a hot set. That save it for the mics. This is the kind of fiery relationship we need in front of the camera. I'm gonna start the beat. Don't tell me not to. It's gonna be playing for a long time once it starts. It's on a weird count. Say it again. Because that one wasn't a good one. That was episode 0. It wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. Just save it for the mic. You'll get a chance to say your piece. Just save it for the mics. No, you got plenty, baby. Talking over the beat. Beat poetry over the beat. Talking over the beat. sound and mixing over the beat. Just testing the sound, tapping our feet, doing the beat, skeeting the skeet. Just rhymed. Yeah. That's not going out yet though. That's the strip club from Twin Peaks. Because they're saying curse words. All right, let's go. Let's go live. Hey, we're testing the sound. I can't rap and watch dogs hump and jam. Hey, who am I? Well, there's a cable, loose cable over there you use. Who am I? I'm a Coachella DJ. Are we live? We're live? All right. Let's fade this down. Hey guys, welcome to Absolute Fabricius episode 2. The first one was pretty good, so it was a trial run. I told you it was a trial run, the one you were on. You'll get to know what we're talking about. Okay, just quick new business. Okay, it's May 9th. That's done. You don't know what that is, but it's done. You'll notice my cohort, Honeypot Scott. Can we get a cut to Honeypot Scott? He bailed for some kind of foggy half date concept. It's not a date, but it's a proto date. He's putting in FaceTime somewhere. So he couldn't be here. Oh, I got it close to the mic. Gotcha. And then you're also going to notice that fact checker Keller also bailed. It's episode 2. It's super ominous. Luckily, your host is a hyper talent and can do music and presumably fact checking in real time alongside hosting. So it's not actually a problem. Other new business we'll probably save for later. I look good or I sound good? I'm doing good. Thank you. We just you guys wanted to come to Heckle the whole time. That's why you wanted to come here. You texted me in the middle of the day asking to ask if we're streaming so you can heckle the whole stream the whole time. I get it. I know the game now. Okay. We have a guest. I have a guest. She's one of my favorite friends. in Los Angeles. Much better friends than Bryant and Scott Black's. I'm less mad at Honeypot Scott for bailing than Scott Black's prying his way into the room to heckle me. So just Caitlin Durante is here. Everybody, let's play around. She did it. It's a pretty funky intro beat.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I'm bringing some much needed female energy.
Yeah,
to the
you're right.
room.
No, when you're right, you're right.
I'm
It's
right.
just that all straight white males live in this house together, and when you
Yeah.
get together to do a fuck around project, you just
Bryant
you can't
is not
really.
white.
You're not white. All right, I won't. I'm not gonna argue with
So
you.
actually, he's bringing also some much needed racial diversity.
He's from New Jersey. You Italian? Is that not white? Get into it. It's episode 2. This is a hot button topic. It's made Joe Rogan famous. It's the title of the episode. I hope the mics picked that up. It was a great line.
Hi.
Caitlin Durante.
What's up?
How long have we known each other?
Around 4 years, a little over 4 years.
4 years. That's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing.
You've been out of town for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wait, where should we start with you? You want to talk about your career trajectory?
Oh my God.
What do you think the public should know about you first?
Well, I'll give a little recap.
Please.
And
Of
then of my
your deeds.
my deeds and
Yeah.
my misdeeds.
Oh.
Okay. I'm a comedian. Watch out, everybody. Cheers to that. Yep. And then that's about it. I don't know. I have a podcast, so that makes me annoying, and yeah.
Listen, you're amongst annoying friends.
Yeah,
here.
we're all very annoying.
We're all very annoying. We're doing a Wayne's World in our garage.
Yeah.
In our mid-30s.
Mhm.
So at least Wayne could claim early 20s.
Yeah. Or younger. It's confusing 'cause Garth is like, I just got my pubes, as if he's.
But that's
14?
funny because he's old.
Okay. Oh, I get. I
It's
should have known that being
funny.
a comedian.
It's funny because he's old.
All right, so that's me in a nutshell.
And Garth. And so you host a podcast called,
The Bechtel Cast.
which, as I understand it, has entered into some fiery drama.
Are you talking specifically about?
You don't have to name names. If you want to
Yeah.
pass on this topic, you can.
I want to pass.
Okay.
but
I'll give you the option that what's his name didn't get.
Right. What I'll say is one of our recent episodes had some guests,
High status guest.
high status guests that sounded like fucking idiots, and I'll leave it at that.
Can you see my face if I put it here though? Is that? Can I speak down on it? What they were motioning off stage that my mic was placed wrong. Though they couldn't hear me? Was it One-Eyed Jack? Someone I know. Someone whose opinion I respect? Oh my God. Glenn, you keep your smart mouth shut on my stream, okay? Jesus Christ. If you had a mic,
Oh.
it would be more useful.
Should I repeat that bit of criticism from Scott Black?
Yeah, please. And also, I want to make clear for viewers at home, Honeypot Scott. There, can we get a detail of Honeypot Scott? That is not Scott Black's. They're two different Scotts. Alex Jacobs is here. Honeypot Scott is actually cool and talented, and he's my best friend. Scott Black's texted me to ask if he could come over for the stream and heckles from side stage. So just very important. Back to our guest.
All right, what should we talk about?
We've got business. Okay.
Okay.
Now, it just depends like how much history we want to get into. We got 4 years of history
Sure.
that I figure over time the audience will become familiar with our level of friendship. However, there's actual business to discuss.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because this show's called Absolute Fabricus, which is a hilarious title.
Yes.
And just fun to say phonetically. Now,
Quiet on the
I
set!
really, this is a hot set. It's a hot set. We didn't heat up the fog machine either. God damn it.
Fuck.
I'm gonna make a note. Fog machine. Next
Well,
week.
we do have a fire machine.
Yeah, well,
Is
that
the
worked
camera
out.
picking that up?
There's a Twitter account called Absolutely Fabrics, which is a fabric retailer in England. And we need to establish. I'm not approaching them in a hostile way. I think the door is open for us and this retailer to have a mutual beneficial relationship.
Oh, like they sponsor you and
Or
then
not
you
even that, but
co-
like last week, one of our fans tweeted at them saying good job, and they didn't respond that I could see, but we need to touch base with them. We need to formalize if we're friends or enemies.
I
is what I'm
see.
saying.
So wait, one of your fans. First of all, congratulations for having fans
Yeah, he's
already.
great.
Only
He's
2
great.
episodes.
He said we could call him during the show if we wanted.
But they tweeted at Absolutely Fabrics thinking it was your show. Is that what
Thinking
happened?
it was our show.
Okay.
He made a hilarious.
Oh, it
Discovery.
was a bit.
And
Or no,
well,
it was in earnest.
I guess we need to decide on the show if we're gonna acknowledge when bits are bits or
Well, I'm
live in
not
the
familiar
hyper
with-
reality the bits create. You see what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
If I say that it's a bit, am I undercutting the reality the show exists in?
Let's continue to explore this.
Who off camera has a input on this topic? I'm afraid to talk. Alex Jacobs, pop on camera. We're talking world building. Do we acknowledge that a bit is a bit?
I don't think that here you can have my mic.
It's important to me that you have a voice. Is this
Thank you.
It's plugged in,
Hello?
isn't it? Yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's a tricky business, isn't it? But
It's a
you
tricky
gotta-
bitness.
Hey. That's a bit.
So we are saying bits
Yeah,
are bits.
Well, but you can't be the one to say, if you have to say this is a bit and you're the one doing the bit, then the bits, it didn't work.
But if it's another person's bit,
in other words, like, hey, good bit. Like,
have you heard the joke? Have you heard the maxim? It's a comedy maxim that says Kiss doesn't get the joke. What Kiss is doing is incredibly stupid, and the rest of the world is allowed to say so. But Kiss cannot say, hey, look how dumb this shtick we're doing is. Kiss has to take Kiss the most seriously because the brand can't be undercut by itself.
yeah.
Therefore, we should never call out
Mm-hmm.
hyper-reality bits as
Well,
such.
the Kiss movie didn't really work. Or they did Detroit Rock City, but before they were like, I don't know if you guys
Did
watched
Kiss
all
make that?
well, they were
Phantom of the Park, yeah.
Okay, there's that. But they were gonna make like because I don't know if you guys were 13 and watched all the DVD extras on Detroit Rock City like I did. They were like pitching a big budget Kiss like space opera. They were gonna be like
Psycho Circus.
yeah, and
Which we got in the Kiss first-person shooter.
yeah, which is a better I think medium for that.
So, hard call,
Which
do
is all
not
to say
acknowledge bits.
that you do not get to acknowledge. You don't get to say that your own thing is a bit because then you're defeating the bit.
Yeah.
But somebody else can point it out, and then you're like,
So our
That's how you end the
fan
bit, though.
who discovered Absolutely Fabrics on Twitter was in fact being legitimately serious when he tweeted at them and said, thanks for having me on. Okay,
All right.
that's settled. We settled that. Do we need to tweet at them?
You should start tweeting at them like as often as you can.
What should I say to them when I tweet at them?
Well, do you want to be on good terms with them or bad terms with them? Because it seems
That's
like
what I...
it's a better bit to be bad terms with them.
You gotta
What?
eat that mic, buddy.
Oh, I'm not comfortable with microphones.
Ooh, get comfortable.
Hey guys,
So let's tweet at them. Let's see if it auto completes. Well, we should tweet from the Absolutely Fabricus Twitter account which there are no tweets with. We need to build. Okay, we need to build a.
Sorry, I'm laughing it off camera.
We need to build a base level of tweets, and then we need to tweet at them. And then that's that topic. I'm just gonna scratch it out. I have Phil Collins written down.
Oh boy.
I don't know how to get to that. I didn't. Is that like a song lyric?
In order for something to be a bit, you have to
Mhm.
identify it as a bit, is
Oh,
what we
boy.
just figured
It
out.
does have to scan immediately to be a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess disqualified for bit canon.
Hey, can I tell a story that just happened to me? It's
Just
very
now.
disorienting. Yeah.
Caitlin's actually the guest. She's
yeah, I'm being utilized really effectively.
Caitlin
right now.
had been railroaded from her first appearance, which was a tech run, but it would be a mistake to not learn the lesson
Mm.
to not pull. Caitlin's in charge.
I don't have to tell him.
How long was your story?
I don't have.
and-
I don't have to say. It's very short.
Tell us your story.
I
and
was
then
buying.
no more talking from anybody
I
but
was on the way home
me.
from work. I was buying Detective Pikachu tickets in advance because at the Highland Theater. That's how I got one for Bryant over there, sweet baby. And I bought 4 tickets for tomorrow night's show, Detective Pikachu. And the lady's like, "Okay, how many adults? How many children?" And I was like, "We're all adults." And I said it maybe a little too nervously. And then she was like, "Okay, well, do you want the limited trading cards then?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And I got the cards.
Oh, you mean
Do you have the
these
cards on you right
trading
now?
cards?
No, I didn't want to bring them because I was going to give one to Bryant. And then I realized, you got, oh,
Caitlin's
hell
got 'em.
yeah.
I saw it today.
Whoa.
Wait, can I share what?
Oh, no, don't spoil anything.
No, spoil it. Let's
Oh.
do an unwrapping video.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. This
No,
is
you can spoil
this
what's
is
in the
good
card pack,
content.
of course.
I'm not gonna spoil the movie. I'm just
Okay,
gonna
thank God.
let you know which
I don't wanna know
valuable
if he
trading
cracks the
cards
case
I
or
got.
not. I got to
I need some scissors. These are for children. You think it'd be easier to open?
Bryant, I didn't bring yours because I wanted us all to have them and trade them tomorrow at the movie. Oh, they got the card. Yeah. It's like a pack of it's for the trading card game, so it's like, yeah, dude.
Oh, buddy. All right. I saw the movie earlier today. I do not know anything about Pokemon. Still. I saw the movie. I still don't know anything. So I don't know. I'm not gonna know any of these. Well, Pikachu, I know that one. That's not a card. Okay. You only get 2.
Oh, fuck.
I've got Detective Pikachu, predictable.
Does everyone come ship with Detective Pikachu?
I don't know.
He's like a starter.
This movie's like Pokemon Yellow all over again.
Who else?
And then I got Psyduck.
Allegedly prominently featured in the film, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you think of the film? What's your hot take? You do a film review podcast. Your take is valuable
Thank you.
on a cultural
Thank
scale.
You. Well, you know me. I love a good romp.
It's a romp.
It is a romp. This delivered on the romposphere, on the rompa scale.
It's a romp. Where did it
Hell
register on the
fucking yeah.
rompa scale?
On the rompa scale.
Is it a romper stomper?
Let's say on a scale of 0 to how many Pokemons are there? 800 some in existence?
It's a good question.
I
I
only
don't know.
believe in 151 Pokemon, to be
Wow.
honest with
Okay.
you.
Is that some? I don't know. I don't know all the generations or whatever. My good friend JT alerted me to the fact that there are, or to I suppose the opinion, there are in the 800s.
That sounds right.
807. So on a scale of 0 to 807, I would say on the Rompo scale, it measures, it like clocks in around like a solid 780.
780 on the Rompo scale.
Yeah.
Let me write that down.
Out of 807.
Yeah. So pretty high.
That's a pretty good.
It's a pretty.
that's a
It's
pretty
very.
solid
It's
rating.
very rompy. I'll tell.
Okay.
I'll tell. If
How
nothing
much,
else,
like-
it's a romp.
How
But
much like Deadpool is Pikachu?
there's a little bit of likeness. There's some similarities. But I thought that I would be more pulled out by the fact that it was Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu. I thought that would take me out of the movie. It did not do that as much as I thought.
Okay, that's good to know.
There is, if we're looking at it on the Bechdel scale,
What's the range on the Bechdel scale?
it's certainly not 807. Let's do it.
It's
well,
nipple- it's the
normally,
5
it's
nipples?
normally a 5 nipple scale.
Let me write this down.
So I did not watch it through that lens, but
Can
just
you
kind
relive
of
it through that lens?
Yeah, I didn't have my notebook. I would rate it on the Bechdel scale I would give it maybe like a 2.5.
Just
There is
right
a
in the middle.
prominent female character who is an active participant in the story, but I think she's the only woman in the movie.
Yikes.
I don't know.
Are
Do
any of the
Pokemon
Pokemon
have gender?
gendered?
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
Well,
is there a
that's-
Nidoran? Because Nidoran, there are male and female Nidorans.
I don't understand the question.
Then
I
no,
don't know
that's a
what that
no.
means. Yeah. Are the
Jigglypuff female?
Pokemon mostly gendered male?
Most of them are
The
genderless.
Nidorans
Genderless?
were
Oh.
notably
They
because
do? Oh, that's right. They added that shit in the original 151, which we've established are the only ones I believe in. The
Mm.
others- well, they do
the original
now.
150 does.
How many genders? Is there
No,
a
get on camera and say this. This is important. Because Nidoran, male and female, were designated in their name file. But that's
Oh, boy.
because they're maximum evolutions. Yeah, that's fine.
Take it. You're Scott.
Well, don't knock down Scott. I drew that. Just be gentle. Now,
still
there's
got
no
Keller.
mic hooked up to that table, so you got to share with Alex.
Here you go, buddy. Come on, you're gonna have to.
But
be
don't
Keller.
cover up Keller either, because I drew him too.
Did you have to use tape? I could have.
How?
This is super King of Comedy. Actually, you drew the.
Yeah, except
No, they all
Keller is the comic I worship.
What do you want me to say? I was just saying that they all.
How are genders? How do you know that the original 150 Pokemon are gendered?
because I replayed Red recently.
It's not in the game though. It's an X.
No, it's in the game in the Pokedex. It tells you whether they're male or female. They have the little.
Wow, only 2 genders?
They only have they have the little
not inclusive
symbol.
Pokemon.
This game came out in '94. It's a different time. you know. So
You had a 94?
yeah, something like that.
I think I played it in 97.
All right, well, so you're the fact checker.
It's
Get on
canon.
this. yeah. So it was 90. No, it was
You
probably.
ripped him off.
Actually, it was
So
it was probably like 97, 98. You're probably
Okay.
right. I'm gonna fact check for you
Thank you
because
so
you're
much.
doing a bad job.
I mean, I do appreciate someone picking up the fact checking slack.
Well, you're welcome.
I don't like all the heat I'm getting from all
Alright, well, I'll
directions
stop, I'll stop.
constantly.
I'll stop.
Caitlin
yeah,
saw the Pokemon film.
yes.
What theater did you see it in?
The AMC Burbank 16 because I am an A-list Stubbs member.
It's a good theater.
It's a good a great theater.
All
I got
things
the
being the
fact
same,
when you're ready.
You'd rather what is the fact? What year did Pokemon?
So
Red and Blue
initial
come out?
release in Japan was 96. U.S. release 98.
Okay, that's a big time window.
Yeah,
though.
I know.
I
it's
remember a
weird.
big controversy.
It's probably 'cause they had to edit it or something for
They
US.
Pokemon translates to Pocket Monsters.
yeah.
They were gonna call it Pocket Monsters, but
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
a Saturday morning cartoon with about small Frankenstein and the Mummy called Monster in My Pocket, and there was a big legal battle that I remember thinking that it went on forever. Like, when will they release this game? This is a stupid fight.
Hmm.
Anyway, AMC 16.
Yes.
You prefer it to the AMC 8 because
No, I like the AMC 8 because that one has reclining seats. I'm
Yeah.
sure this is very interesting.
you have
for
to
your
sit in a
listeners.
theater with a lot more plebes at the 16.
Yeah.
The theaters are smaller at the 8.
That one had the earliest screening. There was a 4:00 screening, and I wanted to go
You wanted to see it
to
now.
make it so that I could make it on time for this event of the recording and streaming of Absolutely Fabricius.
Thank you so
episode
much.
2.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You would have
for
been
having
episode
me.
1, but you were out of town.
I was out of town.
And we only decided it was episode 1 after because it was decent.
I was on the first ever test run.
Yeah,
so
Scott thinks he had
that's
it bad on
something.
his tech run.
Yeah, I
Kaylin's
got
tech run was
nothing.
so much more painful
It
than
was-
your tech run. See what happens when I get that Android text next week. We'll see it. We'll see you at Game of Thrones on Sunday. You coming to Game of Thrones on Sunday? You are. You are. You coming to Game of Thrones on Sunday?
Yeah, can we talk about
You
Game
guys
of
want to take it off
Thrones?
mic? Is that fine?
No. I mean, I don't know. You want us to go? Is this the boot? We'll go.
I'd like a designated fact checker whose role is fact checking.
Yeah, I'll do it. Actually, I'd like to do that.
Yes, it's a good gig.
Mhm.
It's a good gig. It pays well. Do you want a Coors Light that's only a little cold?
Yeah.
They're in there. I can't get around.
I got Gunner on me, and I can't possibly move him.
Caitlin, you just got back from a East Coast comedy tour.
That's right. Yeah.
What was the most noteworthy cans or bottles?
There's
I didn't do a crafty run.
Do you want to drink some of this?
There's no Coors Light in there.
There's a cold coconut LaCroix.
I just had a lime one. I don't.
It looks like a Coors Light at a distance.
I'm okay. I don't need anything.
What happened on the East Coast?
I did a stand-up show at my alma mater.
Penn State.
Penn State, baby.
Wow.
Give it up for the most prestigious school.
Did they say that
in
this Nick DiPaolo is doing Sandusky jokes in his latest special?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's extremely this like boomer like millennials suck. What's up with the Sandusky guy? Like it's like a
Wait, whose special is
Nick
this?
DiPaolo. He's like a
Oh, I don't-
he was like a Louis cohort.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's not
him.
talk about Nick DiPaolo.
No, let's not. Fuck Joe Paterno, and that's all I have to say about that. No, that show was fine, and then I spent a few days with my family, which was enlightening. And then
Can we explore that a little?
Yeah, let's dig into that. Your family.
What my
And
mom?
like-
might be
What does your
watching.
father do for a living?
My dad is a bricklayer.
Wow.
Watch.
He lays
yeah.
bricks.
He lays the bricks. And I don't talk to him anymore. It's a very
Was he there
good-
when you were home?
He was, but I stayed at my brother's house. So I don't. We have to like coordinate it so that my dad and I don't cross paths.
Whoa. So like you said less than 10 words or 0 words to your dad when you
Zero.
were
I
home?
didn't even see him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's here's the thing. Oh.
Why? I said wow and leaned in. It's an implied why. I'm a good talk show host.
It's weird because my parents are still married and like they still cohabitate.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. But I decided, I think around 4 years ago, that I didn't want to have any connection, correspondence,
just let the
anything.
dogs run wild. You guys don't have to control them.
I don't want him to lick me anymore. Even
The story about my dad is making.
I
want to
hear the story about your dad. I'm so
No, it's
distracted
not.
by
I
two
also- I
men
wanna
trying
hear
to
that too.
wrangle a dog.
This is why I'm trying to get this dog off me, who I love dearly, and I love dogs. But yeah,
Crazy that the exact opposite is happening.
your
Caitlin,
dad.
tell me
is
about
a
your relationship with
bricklayer,
your
Okay,
father.
so
but he failed to
dad,
raise.
my dad sucks, and I was just like, I'm not gonna talk to him anymore. Everyone
How many
else
years
in
ago
my
did you
family-
decide that?
Like 4.
And you haven't spoken to your dad in 4 years?
Yeah, we might have had like a quick couple words in like the earlier part of that, but I haven't been like face to face with him.
If he
probably in,
died
like,
tomorrow, would you speak at his wake or funeral?
Oh wow!
What? That's a good
That's
talk
this
show
is a
question.
good talk show
and
question.
if so,
yeah.
which?
Well, I don't think he would.
Does he
have-
follow you on Twitter?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he's not watching this.
He doesn't know
Okay.
how to. No. He doesn't. He doesn't know
absolute
how to.
Fabricius action.
He doesn't know how to turn on a computer. He would also not have, I think, neither a wake nor funeral, 'cause those tend to be religious ceremonies, and he is not.
He would
that.
be
I think he would be cremated
and
then
put into the mortar so he could be in the-
built into
in
one
the
of
buildings
his own houses.
he's
Yeah.
so in love with making.
He does love. He's building my sister a house as we speak.
I can imagine that being a very satisfying job. It's like meditative and it
Can I
leaves you
ask-
alone in your head all day.
Yeah.
I have a
yeah.
question.
Yeah,
I-
Alex has a
yes.
question.
Why couldn't he lay the foundation of a good relationship with you?
That's an excellent question. He can. I don't know quite what is wrong with him on a emotional level, but there's a lot.
What do you think if he was being perfectly candid? I don't know the man. I don't know how vulnerable he's used to being in a conversation.
None whatsoever.
But if you were to ask him under cosmic penalty of hellfire, I don't know, what do you presume his greatest regret in life is?
I think probably not like trying harder as a I think he does. He recognizes that he was a very bad dad and a bad husband, and I think he's like trying to fix it. But I was just like, too little, too late, bitch, which might make me a bad person. But I also don't like him as a person. Like I don't, even if he like.
This
if
is
it was
so
the
good. This
problem-
is such a meaty topic. This is so
I have
good
no
to hear
idea
you talk about how much you hate
if
your
you're-
dad
Roland's eyes
openly.
are dollar
The-
signs.
Yeah, I'm just like, you heard it here. We get to the emotional core of if
'Cause
you were
he's-
like a guest I didn't know for 4 years at all. It's like, how's your relationship with your dad? Tell me what you think his biggest regret is.
Well, here's the thing. So you see like stories or maybe you even like know of people in real life who like maybe don't have the best relationship with whatever member of their family or whatever, but they like them as a person and they like yearn for a more meaningful connection with that person, but that
Yeah.
the other person just isn't able to deliver on it for whatever reason. I don't like him as a person. So even if he like now that he is like, well, I'm trying to be a dad, I'm just like, you're lame and I don't.
But I want to be a dad now. That's really sad.
Lame dad. Is he like
Uh,
getting you the wrong? I thought you would like this album, and you're like, Dad.
So, he does send me a check for $100 once every other month, so he is kind of trying.
What's
to
he write in the
buy
memo?
My love, nothing. Doesn't write anything. He also writes in
Is that a
all
formal agreement for
capital
some
letters.
reason? Has he just been doing it since like college or something and never stopped?
No, it's pretty recent. It's kind of he's like, I'm building your sister a house. I built your brother a house. I haven't done anything for you, so he just gives me.
That's so sad because he's like, the syntax we all have to wrap our heads around as citizens of a capitalist society is money.
Right.
It's whatever languages you're able to speak or not speak. Money, we're forced to learn how to speak that
Yeah.
language. So it sounds like your dad's only way of expressing affection is to lay fucking bricks. And
Yes.
you live across the country.
Right.
He can't
He
lay,
can't lay a brick
that
for
many
me.
bricks.
Mm-mm.
Lay
So-
financial bricks.
As he searches his head for other means to interface with you, money's the only way. That
Yeah.
is so exquisitely sad.
I mean, I do cash those checks.
I would cash those
so-
checks. I've fallen on hard times, and you've lent me almost that exact amount of money. So
Yeah.
thank you.
I am a hero.
Captain Durrani?
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling him Captain. I'm codenaming him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
so how's your relationship with your mom? I know she's real good at seeing it.
And what does she do?
Oh, my mom here. Oh, here's a bit of I suppose play on words. My dad builds homes. My mom makes a home. She's a homemaker. Wow. Deep.
I wanted to air horn that joke, but I
My relationship with my mom is good.
you've said kind things about your mom to
yeah.
me before.
She has beat me and seen it. The
She's
movie
so
trivia
good
game.
at seen it.
I know.
You got a master's in screenwriting
Just to prove her wrong, and
just
I still
to
didn't
beat
do
her
that.
at her own game.
Yeah, and I still think that I would lose to her.
Now your siblings. Where are you in the? How many do you have, and where are you in the order?
I've got 2 siblings, and I am the middle child.
Alex, are you middle child too?
Sorta. I'm. My twin sister and I are the youngest, but she's the younger of the twins. So I'm sort of the 4. I'm like alongside
The inner middle.
Yeah, I'm in the inner middle.
I have a theory that middle children move to L.A. more than other rankings, right? More than eldest and youngest.
Explain.
Middle children are not getting the 2 primary and most direct forms of attention that the youngest and eldest get,
Yeah.
and so they find the entertainment sector or the media machine is like a way they see people's eyeballs on that, and they're like, I will sink my teeth into this. I will get these eyeballs on me. It's a middle child phenomenon.
You're a middle child.
Well, no.
No, you're the
I'm an oldest, but I didn't choose to move to LA. I got a job, and the job made me move to LA. But I wouldn't have
It was a
chosen
choice.
LA. I chose San Francisco, and San Francisco's like, fuck off, you can't afford me. So LA was like, yeah, we'll take you. All right. And we've been happy ever since. I'm not.
yeah,
I mean, I'll talk
tell
about
me
them, but they're. My mom just retired after 39 years of teaching elementary education.
Wow.
Now, actually, Adam, let's cut to the YouTube video I made for my mom's retirement now. Okay, just for the audience at home, that will be spliced in post. It's not there right now, but it's hilarious. It's 2 minutes. It's a little too long. It should be a minute 30
see.
max. I got that note. I just didn't. I just loved it too much to cut that
Hey,
much.
it's almost Mother's Day.
Yeah, Sunday's Mother's Day.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to call her. And can't afford a gift, so until this ad money comes in, which reminds me,
From
Charleston
Absolutely
Chew.
Fabrics.
Yeah, Absolutely Fabrics. Oh my God, that's the line.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the vector we approach them
Yeah.
from.
Duh.
Let's do a thing, just a quick 5K a month, and we will push your. What's a number you could ask? I mean, it's they use pounds over there. It's worth more than $1, so we can use that.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not going to seem like much to them, but pre-Brexit, it's still pretty strong.
Wait, you were gonna start at $5,000 or
which is
pounds.
what, like 3,500 pounds, 3,700, 3.
Oh, my bad.
What can we do? A
Jesus
pounds?
Christ.
I'm bad at hand signals, but I do now. I have to understand what it was. You did this
3.5.
me 5. Oh, this I thought this was me. You're 3 off.
It's 3,843 pounds and 12 pound cents.
Yeah, I said 3,500.
12 pounds.
That was a quick.
Poundy
That's
cents.
Pence?
that's really good
Pence.
math.
My bad.
I don't
Pence.
know if that's right.
Forgot. I was in the UK for like several weeks last year, and it's
Wow.
Wow.
No, it was.
Alex, I'll remind you this is Caitlin's
Okay.
show.
This is my
Let's
show.
not talk
I
about
know
your
better,
travels.
but
So far, I've only talked
what do you
about.
even call it?
Okay, I was about to say daddy issues, but here's the thing: I don't have daddy issues. Guess who does? My dad.
Oh.
All dads, all people with daddy issues don't actually have daddy issues. It's the daddies who have issues with being a daddy.
Okay,
and that's
wait,
a
wait.
stand-up bit that I'm trying to make funny, and it's not
There-
yet.
There's something crazy. It's the scope of that truth is too large
To
to-
be
to-
that's not a
to
thing.
eject. Yeah, it is. I couldn't eject out of the gravity of what you were saying long enough to laugh.
Oh, I see. But I mean, this is what I'm here for. I'll run all
This
the
is a
jokes I'm
workshop.
working.
You're saying that dads
fine.
have issues
dads okay,
with
so
being dads. You're not saying
I'm not
dads
saying
have
all
issues with
dads.
their dads.
No. I'm saying, like, especially women get accused of having daddy issues,
Mhm.
and that's always framed as like some sort of insult or disparaging thing about them. And it's like, oh, turn them into such a floozy or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's like victim blaming, right? Like people who have shitty dads, didn't ask for that. Like that's not.
Yeah.
They're just victims of their circumstances. It's the shitty dads. I'm not saying all dads are shitty, but it's the shitty dads who have issues with being a daddy, and they're the ones with daddy issues.
Okay. Yeah.
Not
there's-
because of probably because of their shitty dads before them, but I'm saying the daddies have issues,
that's
and that's makes them have daddy issues.
that's great.
Thank
there's gotta be-
you. Thank you so much.
There's got to be a punchline in there somewhere. I'm glad it's not
working
my
on
job to
it.
find it.
I'm working on that punch, but yes, that is something I firmly believe.
Did you weave that bit into this East Coast comedy tour you are freshly returning from?
No, I did not.
Did you try any new material that are for sure keepers?
Yes, I've been trying out this story about my mom. I mean, speaking of parents, where
Transition.
she made me a birthday cake for my 8th birthday, which was kitty litter themed. Shall I go on? Shall I?
I mean, I don't know if you want to burn this joke on a web stream for Glenn
Yeah,
from Kansas.
Maybe
Hey,
I
Glenn.
won't. Just know that it's really good, or it will be soon.
Glenn, you got to come out and check out
Gotta
this
come out to
kitty
my
litter
comedy
cake bit
shows.
Caitlin's got. I've actually heard it before. I've heard the story before, not the
Okay,
joke.
got it. It's pretty much the same thing. I need to make the joke funnier. It's still mostly just the story. But yeah, I did that. I've been working on my Titanic puns. I am basically solely defined by my Titanic fandom.
Oh my God! I've
as a
been waiting to
person?
talk to you about this.
What?
James Cameron
The
thing?
James Cameron
Oh,
tweet.
shit.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Yo.
Did you see this, America?
Yo.
James Cameron. What? What's flash? Oh, we're gonna
James
flash.
Cameron
I
graphic.
got it. Okay. We gotta. The screen is flashing on Adam's iPad. We have to wait for the tech issue to resolve.
Oh, I thought you meant the James Cameron image.
No. We're gonna pull it up. I just misunderstood what the hand signal meant.
No, it is.
We're gonna put the James Cameron tweet on screen now,
He commissioned this artwork.
and we're back. It's extremely poor font choice. First,
Oh my God.
which the Avatar logo tells us about James Cameron is not outsourcing his design work. He's doing it himself.
Yeah, he's checking out. He's like.
He's a fucking
Papyrus.
baby boomer, aspiring graphic designer.
Papyrus looks. good.
Papyrus, baby.
Let's use
He did the papyrus.
Yeah.
He did an all caps serifed font for this. Do you have the tweet up?
Yeah.
It's an all caps
Better
serif
fact checker than me.
font. It's just such a design don't. It's
Yeah.
so
Well, that I think probably not the top of the list of the don'ts here though. Maybe is the Avengers logo, which is sinking the Titanic, which is an actual boat that a bunch of people died on.
yeah.
In
And he's
reality,
like, nope, the
that he's
Titanic
already
was
made-
not a boat that
He's
people
already made a
died on.
shitload of money
The
off of.
Titanic was the movie that James Cameron, made, and this is the Avengers' success is about me.
I went
it's
into a submarine. and
About
went
me and the
down.
movie I made in 1997, the year Pokemon came out in America, incidentally,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
I need to tweet this. 'Cause
Should I read it?
if you can read through the ugly font that he
mean,
chose,
I believe that you can.
To Kevin and everybody at Marvel, I guess Kevin Feige. An iceberg sank the real Titanic. It took the Avengers to sink my Titanic. Everyone here at Lightstorm Entertainment salutes your amazing achievement.
Lightstorm Entertainment. Did anyone know that was his production company?
No
Has
one
anyone
did.
ever heard of Lightstorm? This is just
No.
marketing for Lightstorm Productions.
Yeah.
Salutes your amazing achievement. You've shown that the movie industry is not only alive and well, it's bigger than ever. Jim Cameron.
Let me tell you something, Jim Cameron. You better fucking find an emotion I've never felt before for these next Avatar movies. Because I'm not biting.
Man, if they leave as big of a lasting cultural footprint as the last one.
Is the last one? Wow.
They won't be.
Did you see the movie Tank Girl?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that the cat people in Avatar are the kangaroo men from the Tank Girl movie that Ice-T plays one of?
I didn't know that they were one
It's the same thing. They just painted them blue. They're the exact same thing.
Yeah. Did you know that?
That's my hot take.
Oh, did you know that in Avatar, the thing that they're all trying to get off the planet is called unobtainium? Unobtainium. That's the name of the fictional
That's the name of the
mineral
thing.
they're trying to mine, and they did that in the movie The Core in 2004 already. So Cameron didn't even come up with unobtainium.
Oh,
Is
they
it-
called it
he didn't get-
unobtainium in
he
that
didn't get there
movie
first.
too,
Yeah.
in the core.
In the
2004.
in the sequel, it's gonna be
Wow.
MacGuffinesium.
Nicely done.
Here's
That
the
doesn't
thing,
get any
though.
claps.
Avatar.
Asking for the asking for the clap is like pointing out the bit. It's the same. It invalidates what you've done.
Look, Avatar stinks, but Titanic is not only a great movie, but the greatest movie.
Okay, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight you over Titanic because I haven't seen it. But I will say, if you are
You haven't seen it?
no, I've
What
never
the
seen Titanic.
Okay.
Caitlin, have you
Next
seen
It's
it?
Double
super
feature
long.
Friday.
It's two
It's very
VHSs.
long. It is 2 VHS tapes.
It's 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Not. I mean, the first time I saw it wasn't on purpose. So like as a Titanic stan, Titanistan.
Yeah.
Is that offensive?
Titanic. Titanic.
You have to have been disappointed with the filmmaking choices James Cameron had made after making Titanic, right? Nothing probably resonated that he made after Titanic.
True. Yes.
So do you think that he's the director to make that genre of movie? The like it was a
What-
Michael
what do you
Bay
mean?
made, like Michael Bay made Pearl Harbor, right? That's like the same vein. It's like a historical romance dramatization.
Right.
Do you feel that James Cameron should focus on that genre? Because
here's the
his
thing.
sci-fi stuff is fluffy and
No, because
toothless?
that's the worst part of the
Terminator's a love
movie.
story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean after Titanic, right?
Titanic is I love it with all my heart. It is not a good movie.
Oh, sorry, I must have
and-
misunderstood.
Yeah.
Your
I-
last-
Yeah.
I've seen it over 100 times. It's not very good. Here's what the thing is. James Cameron is very good at practical visual effects
Mhm.
and his visual effects in general. He is not good at dialogue. He is not very good at telling a romantic story. If I could have it my way, I would edit down the first half of Titanic to about 25 minutes, and then the boat hits the iceberg, and then I would actually make that part longer.
But
And
aren't
and then
you
fill out-
aren't your hands tied by how long it took the actual Titanic to sink, which was like famously fast, right? That was like
It was 2-ish
Yeah, it was-
hours.
It was in and out.
It does it pretty
Oh,
much
well, that's-
in real
Wait,
time.
See,
that's
I like
me.
that.
That's me.
I
Yeah.
like that angle that like this is exactly how long it took. For story's sake, I would not give that
2
parameter
hours.
up.
Also,
2 hours and 40 minutes.
That's how long it took to sink.
Yeah.
okay, and that only happens in the movie for about, I would say, an hour and a half, plus or minus some amount of time.
Are you saying the runtime of the movie is the exact time the boat took to sink?
It's not. The movie's 3 hours and 15 minutes.
So what we need to do, we need to get rid of Old Rose. Who gives a fuck about the heart of the ocean?
Right.
No one cares.
That was a 90s thing.
Wait,
Like,
did
the
you
Green
see-
Mile did that same thing, right?
Yeah, we
Where
don't
they're
need
like,
to bookend it with like this framing device.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
pluck those
Did you-
framing
did
devices.
you
And
see the
same note
deleted
for Green
scenes?
Mile. Who
The
directed Green
deleted
Mile?
The
ending?
Lily. Oh, I've
Holy
seen the
shit.
deleted ending.
Frank
That
Darabont.
ending is
Oh,
off
don't
the
get me
fucking
started.
chain. Nolan,
It is the worst thing in the
Yeah.
entire world.
there's a deleted scene. There's a deleted alternate ending to Titanic that is on YouTube. You haven't seen the film, so I guess
But spoil the alternative ending, please.
The alternative ending is that's my review.
Is it a mouse lived
It's Old
for 100 years
Rose.
after the story ended?
Caitlin,
Because that's
Yes.
the Green Mile.
Caitlin,
one.
could you just tell him like the brief version of like what the ending of the movie is?
Okay, yeah.
as
She
it is.
throws the thing into the ocean, right?
So we
Yes.
see Old
It's got the
Rose by
Moana ending.
herself.
No.
We see Old Rose by herself on the deck of the Keldish, the ship that. Anyway, she is like she looks at the heart of the ocean, which is like some 50 or 80 carat diamond. It's worth more than the Hope diamond. If she
I'll
sold
check.
it, she could put hundreds, if not thousands, of women through college. But instead of doing that, she just like fondly looks at it and remembers
56
this
carats.
56 carats.
Fiction.
She's like, yes, it is fictional, but in the world of the story, it's real.
Oh no, I just mean it's specified. It's like it's a fictional
Oh,
56
sure.
carat diamond.
Okay. So she just like reflects back on the story that she just spent hours and hours telling, and then she chucks it into the water. Now, in the
And,
alternate ending,
Yeah, and this is after she's gotten done telling the story about how she met and had sex with a young man when they were like, so what happened to this diamond? She is dangling it off in the alternate ending. She's like dangling it off, and he's like, wait, and they catch
Bill
her. and
Paxton's like, hang
I believe
on.
there's a gun involved. It's been a minute since I watched it. It's like a.
I don't think there's a gun. I think
Okay,
you
maybe
made
I'm
it up.
dressing this up.
There is the guy with the Watchmen T-shirt who's like, "Hey, lady, that really freaking sucks."
Don't
He
do it. She's
says
like,
that.
Don't you take another step? It's like.
You guys are riffing?
No,
No,
and
this
then
is all real.
This is all real. And then she drops it. For some reason, Bill Paxton starts to laugh very maniacally. It's meant to be earnest. It's meant to be like a ha ha, like oh, it's all about love, and that's more important than diamonds. And then he starts dancing with the young woman who's also there. Very
Is it her-
weirdly.
Rose's granddaughter.
Yeah,
Is it?
Rose's
Is this like a thing
granddaughter.
where they had to tape multiple endings because they didn't want the cast to spoil how it ended on accident? So
I
pretty
think they
clear-
just taped a bunch of stuff and then saw what tested the best with audiences, and it certainly wasn't.
Yeah, I can't
that
imagine
one.
this went well. Like
Would
showing
would
this
the-
to people.
would it have been a
Work.
better? It would be better for the world, obviously, but would it be a better emotional punch if she did sell it and put 10,000 women through college?
I think so.
Yeah.
You would have
Yes.
felt that.
I would have
in
felt
your
that. In
season.
fact, that should be Titanic 2, the reaping the
Tit-
benefits of the money from the sale of the heart of the ocean, comma, Rose's legacy, colon, Jack should have died. There wasn't room for him. Even if there was room for him on the door, that it doesn't matter. That's not the purpose that he served in Rose's life. He was just there to fuck her real good and then to die
Raw dogger.
and raw dog her, obviously, and then
Obviously.
and then it's fine for him to die because his function in her life was to just set her free and be the catalyst to make her realize that she was her own person and she didn't need to be with Cal Hockley.
Am I wrong where it seems like a
that's the whole
layup? It
title
seems
of
like a
Titanic
layup
too.
that if they had this quick fling on the Titanic and then he dies, is not the obvious storytelling avenue to be like she found out she was pregnant as soon as she was safe from death? Like, that like...
That would have been a lazy storytelling choice.
But it seems like an obvious layup. I mean, it
Yes.
seems like the Titanic is like a paint-by-number
And then-
story anyway.
Okay, that's
I did
Titanic
before
3.
I lose it, I wanted to say Titanic.
Titanic,
Yeah,
that's
would
good.
Would be a little better.
What's
Yeah.
the tunic? What's...
Titanic.
Oh, Titanic.
Yes.
Yeah.
D2 Royd.
Yes, T-tunic. That's all.
In which the tuna are swimming around.
Too much tuna.
Too much tuna.
Titanic, too much tuna.
Titanic 3 is, oh my God, the dog just farted and it smells really bad.
Where is he?
That's bad
Right there.
podcasting. I don't smell a thing.
You're right.
We've been going for an hour.
Oh
How-
shit! Should we wrap up?
Do we want to go for 90 minutes, or do we want to go?
I mean,
I could keep talking about James
I
Cameron.
could.
We start at 5:00. We got to keep going.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back to your siblings, just so everyone at
we're
home
talking
knows
about that.
about your life.
Sure.
You are the middle.
Yeah.
You got a good relationship with your elder.
We are on a good terms. We're not that close.
You got a good relationship with your younger.
Yes. Also not that close. We mostly exchange cat photos, and that is the basis of our relationship.
Yikes.
So it's very good. You can agree.
We probably don't have enough time to get into the differences in
I don't
our
want to
cat takes.
Oh, sure. I'd rather talk about that than my family.
Almost throw up thinking about cats. We don't have time to get into cats. We've crossed the finish line
Yeah.
regarding your family. We're getting a call. Oh, it rang for just 1 second and then it went away. Oh, look who it is. Why don't you come up? Your mic's not hooked up. You're going to have to do the thing. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Here comes trouble. Can we get a side-by-side with the portrait director? Do you see what I'm asking for here? And then, how great was it? Oh, sorry, I can't hear you over the excellent music this episode.
Yeah.
It's a great soundtrack for this episode.
It was better than this.
It was better.
Yeah, it was better than this.
Yeah. We got into some real meaty topics.
Yeah.
I mean, Titanic 2.
Caitlin's dad.
my
Capicola,
dad.
roast beef. We did.
Some
You talked about
Pokemon.
Titanic?
Of course,
Pokemon?
I talked about Titanic.
We talked about Pokemon,
can't
the feature film.
I can't hold a microphone without talking about Titanic.
Wait, you talked about the Pokemon film, the Mewtwo movie from the 90s?
No.
Or the
No. There, a new one
Detective
came out today.
Pikachu.
Deadpool, Pikachu, Sonic came out today.
Deadpool.
Defective Pikachu.
It's
That's
like-
fucking good. That's an Alex joke. I didn't think of that.
Wait, no.
This Pikachu is defective. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's defective. Pikachu.
Defective Pikachu. It's great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. I love
well,
you.
it's like a Later, Zach.
Zach McKeever is responsible for how great the audio sounds tonight.
I'm imagining Detective Pikachu is like somewhere between like Deadpool and Ted, like Tedpool.
Tedpool.
Wow.
Tedpool.
That's not bad
Pikachu.
I
either.
mean, I rated it a 780 on a scale.
On a Rompo scale.
On the Rompo scale out of
It's a romp, like,
807.
We don't want to hate on it if it's an effective romp.
I honestly want to see that more than I wanted to see Avengers Endgame.
That's fair.
Which,
I think
like,
the world building is everything to me. Like if you can make the world of Pokemon hold up on screen with no holes, is like there's like I remember watching the Pokemon theme song when I was a kid, and it's like an Arcanine like runs into the side of the screen. I was like, why aren't they riding those giant flaming cat tigers? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know what you.
there's so many practical purposes for the Pokemon that for them to just be arena battling is silly. They're like, these animals would rule the earth. Humans are pathetic compared to most of the physiology of these Pokemon.
It's
So,
gonna be.
like-
I mean, like I imagine it being like Men in Black rules, right? Where it's just like kind of just this accepted
Well, Caitlin
reality.
has seen
Oh,
it.
I've
She can
seen
tell
it.
us.
But
Does
I
it-
won't spoil any. What's
Are you
the
gonna do
question?
that? Is that the next Bechdel cast? Is
No.
Detective Pikachu?
No,
Is there
I
a
just-
secret-
I just saw it for fun.
Is there a secret world-building reason that humans and Pokemon can coexist in the same world together? You know how like the Lego movie like zoomed out and like reframed the movie towards the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Like in
Like-
SpongeBob when
Maybe
they would
I
kind
don't
of
see
like
it.
show it as like hyper realistic, and it was like, oh, it like they actually are sea creatures, and it shows.
Or like the emotional core of the Lego movie is the role Legos played in all of our lives, right? It's not about fucking Chris Pratt's jerk off character and whether he gets a girl or not. It's
Right.
about
Right.
the different
Well, there's only so
sons
far
become
you can go
fathers and the way they perceive Legos and the role of Lego changes as you age. I'm just saying there's a meta reason for that story to be told that I think Detective Pikachu.
with that. It's like the Toons live among us,
Yeah. Yes.
and they're like
In the
running.
ci-
They're running
in-
the corner
in
store
Rhyme
and shit,
City.
and like yeah.
But
yeah,
if the
that
Roger
no-
Rabbit's got the same problem, if we lived on the same planet as cartoons, like they would wipe us out. They don't need us for nothing.
Yeah, they'd just like draw like a road on a brick wall, and
They
we
could
just
do
run into that shit, and we
anything.
would just
It's-
all die.
Well, that's what happens in Toontown, but
Yeah.
then there's like.
But why are they
LA
relegated
proper.
to Toontown? They're more effective at life than human beings. Like they.
Because they just want to, I don't know, they want to bring harmony to the two bridge the gap
Well,
between the two
So that's
communities.
that's what
That's
Pokemon
not-
do in this.
That's not really the story, no.
But there is a world building explanation for Pokemon and human existing in hard
Yes,
reality cities.
definitely.
That's what I want. out of
Okay,
it.
yeah,
I want that.
that is
reason.
explained, yes.
All right, maybe I will go see it.
Yeah, let's fuck around and watch the Pokemon movie.
And with that, we are ending episode 2 of Absolutely Fabricius.
Hey, thanks for having me. So glad we talked about my dad. For
Great to
15
be here
minutes.
for the end of this.
Thanks.
I got Titanic 3 to explain.
Hey.
The script I'm working on, starring Leo's ghost, his sea ghost.
Yeah.
He comes up from the depths of the Atlantic Ocean,
Atlantic Ocean.
and he says, "Hey, wait a minute. How come you let me die, Rose?" She is like, "Fuck you. I've already been married 3 times to someone else." So that yeah, I don't have. I got nothing. Actually, no. This is what Titanic 3 is about. It is. There are some Terminator elements.